How you doing, guys? Today I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite superhero characters, where you can find a lot of occult references. The ultimate magician and man-boy, Shazam. Captain Marvel, also known as Shazam, was originally published by Fawcett Comics. Based on comic book sales, the character was the most popular superhero of the 1940s, outselling even Superman. He's the alter ego of Billy Batson, a boy who by speaking the magic word Shazam becomes someone completely different. Writer Bill Parker and artist Cece Beck created the character in 1939. Captain Marvel was also the first comic book superhero to be adapted into a film in 1941. Fawcett stopped publishing Captain Marvel related comics in 1953, as they lost a copyright lawsuit battle with DC Comics, since they say that Captain Marvel was a copy of Superman. Therefore, at his best, Shazam has always been compared to Superman. In 1972, Fawcett licensed the character right to DC, which by 1991 acquired all rights to the entire family of characters. During the time the Captain Marvel Shazam comic book character was not published due to the dispute they had, Marvel Comics took advantage and launched his own Captain Marvel. Due to trademark conflicts over the other character name owned by Marvel Comics, DC has branded and marketed the character using the trademark Shazam. Since his 1972 reintroduction, this led many to assume that Shazam was the character name. DC renamed the mainline version of the character as Shazam. As an action figure collector, I have a couple of figures. I have the Retro Action and First Appearance figure, the DC Universe Classic Wave 6, and also the DC Universe Crisis Series 1 figure as well. One of the things I remember when I was a kid was watching the series when Billy Batson entered the cave, and I was not really sure what was the deal with all these characters talking to Billy. Later I found that the wizard Shazam would give Billy the attributes of several gods, titans, kings, and demigods. Shazam was the acronym of 6 immortal elders: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. And he was able to transform himself into a custom adult with the powers of superhuman strength, speed, flight, and other abilities. But who are these guys? First one, Solomon, wealthy and wise king of Israel, builder of the first temple, and many consider a true magician. But more about Solomon later. Hercules is a Roman hero and god. He was the Roman equivalent of the Greek divine hero Heracles, who was the son of Zeus. Hercules is famous for his strength and for his numerous far-ranging adventures. Atlas. In Greek mythology, he was a titan, condemned to hold up the celestial heavens for eternity. Atlas also plays a role in the myths of two of the greatest Greek heroes, Hercules and Perseus. Zeus is the sky and thunder god in ancient Greek religion, who rules as king of the gods of Mount Olympus. His mythology and powers are similar, not identical, to those of Indo-European deities such as Jupiter, Perun, Indra, Dyaus, and or Thor. Achilles, in Greek mythology, was a hero of the Trojan War, the greatest of all Greek warriors. The term Achilles' heel has come to mean a point of weakness, especially in someone or something with an otherwise strong constitution. Mercury is a major god in Roman religion and mythology. Like Hermes, he was also a god of messages, eloquence, and of trade, particularly of the grain trade. So one of the things that are really interesting about the whole mythology of Shazam is that by using a name, he's able to invocate powers from different deities, entities, gods, kings, titans. And this is not something new. The name of a god or a being or a spirit, most of the places consider something sacred. For instance, the Tetragrammaton, which is the name of God, Yud-He-Vav-He, is considered the lost name of God, since the vowels pronunciation in Hebrew are lost. And some say that by knowing the real name you might invoke the holy name of God, which some believe should be forbidden. Therefore, they just pronounce the consonant sounds. So here's where our old friend Solomon comes in, since he's not only mentioned in the Old Testament or the Torah, to be fair, but also in the Quran and old Talmudic traditions, which some say that in order to build the temple, he evoked the presence of demons, reason why no noise nor tool was heard while the construction of the temple took place. Asmodeus is one of those demons that were evoked according to the old traditions by Solomon by using the equivalent of the names in forms of sigils. Knowing the name of the spiritual being is not exclusive to magical rituals. In movies like The Exorcist, which is based on the actual Catholic Church ritual, once the priest, after asking for the demon's name, identified him as Pazuzu, is able to free the girl from the possession. So in true fashion, what we see here is that Billy Baxton uses the wizard's true name to perform an invocation. But what is an invocation? In actual invocation rituals performed by real-life occultists, the goal is to embody the attributes of a spirit and to remain in control at all times. An evocation is, however, dissimilar in that the practitioner or operant is conjuring a spirit or entity for a specific task, information, or some practical application aimed at manifestation in the physical world. The Goetia, or Lesser Key of Solomon, is an excellent example of such evocation. It consists of explicit instructions for conjuring the 72 demons of Solomon in order to aid the operant in finding lost treasure, raising storms, and aiding in legal matters. Pope Runyon, ceremonial magician and practitioner of this magical system, once was asked if all of this was not simply something part of his imagination, which he responded that indeed it was, but that people were not aware of how real our mind and imagination could be. The invocation or evocations, whether the practitioner is performing a ritual to banish or invoke an entity, are not really taking place from the outside and within, but from the inside instead. Since within our minds, the demons, angels, gods, and or archetypes are none other than aspects of our own personality and therefore living inside of our head and soul. So let's say that you're a very shy person and you have a meeting. By doing an invocation of a specific archetype, Mercury for instance, you would embody the attributes that would allow you to behave on that fashion. So here's what is interesting about the Shazam character. Within the mythology of the character, we find two aspects that magicians really use on their pursuit for a specific result: using the name of a deity and performing an invocation. Knowing the attributes, the symbology, and archetypes that define each figure is a tool for some in real life to transform for the good on the pursuit for improving as a human being. Psychologists found that certain techniques where invoking attributes within the subconscious mind have shown to be effective when assisting people with challenges or phobias. The key here is the understanding of the attributes and what they represent, whether they are ancient gods, a real person, or a fictional character. Why not? The Smurfs are good examples, and trust me, there are plenty to choose. So anyways, getting back to Shazam, I hope this brings some information on how fictional comic book characters are part of our popular culture, and the collective conscious are more than just comic book heroes, but are our modern archetypes, where we can find wonderful examples of magic references that allow us to understand better the system. So remember, when you're on that position or that place where you don't feel capable of accomplishing a certain task, just visualize that character. whether it's a real person, a movie character, or a hero, and try to embody its persona. Go ahead, try it. As long as it's for your own good or for the others, just give it a try. So dear friends, I hope you like this video. I plan to post more characters. There is so much stuff we can talk about. Oh yes, I know I didn't mention you. Oh damn it. Black Adam, hey, listen. Black Adam, take it easy. Hey, come on. Black Adam requires a separate video, okay? I'm sorry about that, but you know that there's a lot of stuff I can talk about. So let's go back to Captain Marvel, Shazam. I hope you like this video, and again, I'm planning to post more stuff. Please subscribe to my channel, like it, share. You can follow me on Instagram, and take care and do what you will. God bless. Also guys, check the link on the description. You won't be disappointed.